What's good, y'all? We got blacks are becoming deported Mexicans. Worst nightmare. I think there's supposed to be a comma there. Hey man, we on the road to 100K, okay? If you don't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turn on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Shouts out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Let's see what it's hitting for.
The ICE raids are continuing to be like a horror story for certain Latino immigrants. No matter if you're from Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, or any place in Latin America, if you're undocumented, your status is just not sure. Even if you have a green card, even if you serve in the military, you could be very...
Bro, how do we know that they're only coming for Hispanic people though, bro? Like, wouldn't they be targeting all illegals? Now, I understand that that's the majority. You know what I'm saying? Is the Hispanics. You know, and so... Y'all know all of this stuff be propaganda agendas and stuff. Donald Trump get to the office, they gotta create some type of race, war, massacre, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Some type of race conflict. It happened when he first got elected. And he was talking about the wall. You know what I'm saying?
very well ripped from your family and loved ones and deported to your country of origin. And this has really gotten a lot of people concerned because a lot of folks in big cities like Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles are also being affected in their own neighborhoods. I did a story on the city of Cudahy, where it is a largely Hispanic community in Los Angeles, and of course they've been getting ICE raids too, but they're not the only ones. ICE raids are even happening in homeless shelters.
I just went to our advisory board meeting this afternoon and found out that ICE tried to raid one of our homeless shelters in Bell.
Well,
here
yeah,
in Los Angeles
if you
County.
want some paperwork, your name is on paperwork, and you ain't got much info about you, and you, of course they gonna come. He's on paperwork now. If you gonna be undocumented, go all the way. The fuck? Of course. Why would they not?
Thank God the staff did not let them into the building. They did not have a search warrant, but they tried to intimidate the staff of a homeless shelter run by the Salvation Army. These are people who are trying to get better, are trying to have a better life, are trying to get a job.
Could they fuck around, not get charged with that?
That need a roof over their head. And ICE, you are going to try to raid a homeless shelter? You are disgusting.
Now, this particular lady is upset
Hispanic
about these ICE raids occurring in homeless shelters because her argument is, well, these are people trying to get their life together. These are people trying to get back on their feet. And you are trying to raid Salvation Army? Huh?
That's what every illegal immigrant is coming to America to do, is to get on their feet. They just, some of them just happen to go to the homeless shelter and get documented. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what she's not saying.
LA County, what?
Bro, as an illegal immigrant, you know that this is the life you chose to cross that border, just like a gang member. There's no difference.
Pay rent, okay, using our taxpayers' money to go pay rent for illegals who can't go to work. Mind you, they weren't supposed to be in the United States.
I hate when people complain about tax dollars. Like, I would complain more about the percent than where the dollars are being spent. That shit's gonna be out of your control regardless, bro. They're gonna do what the fuck they want to do with it regardless. They've been going all these years just spending money on dumb shit and taking money and for all dumb shit. Now they trying to cut back with Doge and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's out of your control, bro. I could see, like, on a local level, maybe, like, you know, like, if the school wants to build a new stadium, that's gonna raise your property taxes, cause that shit happened to one of my properties, bro. Oh God, taxes went up $1,000. The next year, I'm like, God damn. They won state. I guess it was worth it. But boy,
Salvation Army? Huh? But here's what she's not saying.
LA County wants to pay rent, okay, using our taxpayers' money to go pay rent for illegals who can't go to work. Mind you, they were supposed to be in the United States to work in the first place. Now you
What
want to
program
go
is
help
that?
them pay their rent? Like, excuse you? What happened to the
Nah,
landlords?
now y'all do know. Shouts out to it might be Peter Santinello. I think it is Peter Santinello. That nigga does like a bunch of vlogs around the country and stuff, like documentaries of different areas and stuff. And he went to the border on one of his videos. I think it was the Mexican Texas border or Arizona or something, New Mexico or something. Anyways, he was basically saying how like they be letting the fucking immigrants, the illegal immigrants, come over here and give them basically benefits and shit, and there's nothing that they can do about it. It's been a minute since I watched that and I don't remember all the details. Y'all go back and watch Peter Santinello on it was like a US Mexico border documentary, and the police, he was riding with the police officer down there, border patrol. And they was saying how they basically just be letting them come over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even if they jump the fence, whatever it is, they basically let them come over here. Because once they get to the other side, it's like they can't harm them. They can't throw them in jail type shit. It's some reason. This was at least a year, 2 years ago though now. You know what I'm saying? But for real, go back, watch that. Shouts out to Peter Santinello. On me.
First place. Now you want to go help them pay their rent? Like, excuse you? What happened to the
Because
landlords?
it's programs out here that literally helps illegal immigrants, bro. I don't really give a fuck about none of that at the end of the day. It doesn't affect my life day to day, bro. I'm not waking up day to day worried about, oh my God, these illegal immigrants are holding me back so much. Oh my God, I can't do shit. That's like blaming the white man. Get the fuck out of here.
You have to pay their goddamn mortgage.
Get
How
up
about
and go
we
get it, nigga.
prioritize
If they
those
coming over
landlords
here and starting businesses, why your bum ass can't do it, man? Hate you bum niggas, man.
happened to the landlords?
But I can see being mad at like programs like that for sure. That's helping them. But it's nothing we're not in control of it as the people, bro. Our votes don't matter like that, bro.
You have to pay their goddamn mortgage. How about we prioritize those landlords and give those housing units to people who deserves them, like veterans, like the homeless people that are out there. There's more than enough.
Yeah, ain't
So we
no
wanna
veterans.
prioritize
But
these-
y'all get the benefit. See, I feel like a lot of these veterans be fucking up their own life though, bro. They probably be fucked up mentally, bro. It just can never bounce back. You know, but it be fucked up. I always see, oh, I'm a homeless veteran with a sign, please help. I'm a homeless vet. That's what they always say. I'm a homeless veteran. Tragic. I remember one of them came up to me, caught me at the store. I was like, nah, bro, I ain't got nothing, bro. I ain't got nothing. I'm sorry.
It's like the homeless people that are out there. There's more than enough. And so we want to prioritize these
Y'all niggas
illegals
get the 1% down payment, 0 down, whatever it is.
supposed to be here to work in the first place.
VA loan,
You
whatever.
see, what she's not talking about is that you have certain people in Los Angeles who want to give free rent for illegals, and a homeless shelter is kind of where it starts. And this lady is upset because, hey, listen, she lives in Los Angeles and she has to work every day. But the city of Los Angeles, or at least some of the people, you're looking at giving free rent to these illegals, people who shouldn't be in the country. And you're looking to use our tax dollars to fund it.
Damn! All you wanted was to add a column while planning your next sprint. Maybe it's time
what
to
they
move
do,
to Monday
bro.
Dev. Here are 5 Monday.
I'm telling y'all, bro, go watch that Peter Santinello video, bro. The police literally explain how they be letting them come over here and they give them fucking benefits, bro.
Unfortunately, we knew this next thing would happen. You see, you have people who have been deported out of the country. But guess what?
I'm back. It only took 2 days or one couple hours, you guys, and I'm back in the U.S. See, I told you guys this immigration shit ain't gonna stop nothing,
Bro,
you
so
guys.
some of y'all just need to get y'all paperwork straightened, my nigga. Some of y'all need to finish the naturalization process, bro. What's that?
Nothing. It's not gonna do shit. We're all gonna come back. Nothing's gonna happen. I'm just waiting for my ride now, but you guys, I'm back. I'm back. And I don't know what y'all think, if y'all want to hate me, but I'm back in the U.S. I can smell the chicken nuggets, the hamburgers. I just gotta watch out for ice around this parking lots because those motherfuckers be hiding.
Boy, y'all sit your
Meanwhile, you're
stupid
showing exactly where you was last at.
ass down. Who the f you think you is?
This guy is silly. He got deported out of the country.
He probably
Snuck
lying.
back in the country, and he's like, "We're back. We're not going anyplace. I'm gonna stay here. I smell the chicken nuggets. I smell all the food.
Got him.
I mean, it's funny until they find his ass and deport him again. But hey, I get it.
Hey man,
And
I don't necessarily care. They're not holding me back from nothing. I don't really give a fuck if illegal immigrants come over here and make better life for themselves, cause really that's what they doing. They not coming out here just fucking the world up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta understand they can't be mad when they do get deported. It's just that simple. How can you be mad when you're an illegal immigrant? You know you know you're illegal, bro. You know this. So like that's why I don't even think the illegal immigrants, the actual illegal ones, are even mad, bro. Like he's already back. He said shit. They can't stop shit. He ain't really mad. You know. Nigga came right back.
of course, the people that are taking the blame for this are Trump supporters, right? Or whoever likes Trump. And not only that, because you have a lot of African Americans who
Hey,
don't necessarily.
Trump fucking some shit up now. I'm surprised the market. See, Trump put these tariffs on pause for like 90 days or something. So the market been doing good. After these 90 days, the market probably gonna go. But it's a buying opportunity. Be on the look. No cap.
Really like Donald Trump, but they do like the process because, hey, we are black tax-paying citizens in the United States, wherever you are, Chicago, New York City, and our tax money is funding illegals. How do we know this? Well, remember, guys, for 2 years in the Biden administration, or at least the last 2 to 3 years, there was something going on in America called the Migrant Crisis. And it might not have affected many cities, but for those cities it did affect, it hit it hard. Los Angeles, but the biggest cities that I saw were cities like Chicago.
Yeah, they was out here in Tulsa, bro. I remember a couple years ago, it was a wave of fucking immigrants, bro. I don't know if they was illegal or what, bro, but they was all posted up. They had signs saying I forgot they was refugees. That's what they was saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm my mama. They was out here, boy.
Hit hard. Los
They
Angeles,
was deep too.
but the biggest cities that I saw were cities like Chicago, New York City. It put a huge strain on the city, and it didn't just put a huge burden.
Those is like Haitians or something.
On the
It
city.
wasn't Haitians, bro. It was like these were some Hispanics, bro.
It also proved one thing. It proved that for the African American communities that were left in dilapidated conditions, it showed that for the migrants, we can restore these neighborhoods and rebuild them back up. Like we have certain situations where in Chicago, they were telling black people that certain neighborhoods could not be redeveloped. But with the migrant crisis, we found out that was a lie.
Bro, that's how they be keeping these hoods and shit, bro. Y'all gotta think it's zoning laws and shit. But then again, it's not really profitable to just go and rip out a whole neighborhood and build new shit. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense neither. But they be fucking this shit up, bro, with these zoning laws, man, and you know, and sometimes that be the reason why shit gets regentrified, though, you know, if that's what you want to call it, you know. But at the same time, that be the reason why there don't be development. That's why neighborhoods continue to get worse and worse, you know.
Standing in the community right now, Cabrini Green, where so many promises was made, you know, for the rebuild, and that hasn't happened. And the storyline behind why it hasn't happened has been there is not enough resources, there is not enough funding. And then years later, you have an influx of migrants, right, coming to Chicago, and then resources appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, bro.
And this
America is
what
a
really
wishy-washy place.
kicked off another quarrel between the Hispanic and the black communities. Now, again, people are saying that African Americans that are speaking on this issue are really being apathetic and not caring towards what's going on with Hispanics. But I would also like to say this. Are they being empathetic to what's happening to African Americans? And the reason why African Americans are saying that is because it is a disparity. What do I mean by disparity? Rewind. A guy that's been really covering this almost every day, Donnie on Timeout. Shout out to a brother. I believe he's a brother in Los Angeles, and he's been covering this. But what he's about to uncover is shocking.
The United States isn't the only country that's deporting Latinos. Mexico is also deporting Latinos, thousands a week, and the living conditions are horrific. Check this out.
Mexico cracks down heavily on undocumented migration. Camps around the capital here have been removed, this being one of the last remaining.
Ya quedó así, no vino migración, no vino nadie a decir nada.
De aquí se han ido con varias personas, se han ido mucho ya. El de aquí de este ranchito aquí ya se fue.
Bro, see, we come from the hoods of America, bro. But we've never experienced nothing like these people, bro. To where they is traveling from whole countries being homeless, my nigga. Like, and have to go through deportation. Like, we don't know nothing about that struggle, my nigga. We don't. I'm gonna be real with y'all niggas, bro. Like, yeah, the slavery shit happened. But nobody living in the last how many years, bro, is really truly affected by that, bro. You know, these people is they, because they home countries is so fucked up. They trying to come to a better place, bro. And they living and they growing up like that's something we don't know about, bro.
Varias personas se han ido mucho ya. El de aquí de este ranchito aquí ya se fue ya el miércoles pasado.
So many migrants.
Now, if the United States had undocumented immigrants living like this in sheds, there would be an outrage, an outcry.
Hold on.
Living like
So many migrants.
Now, if the United States had undocumented immigrants living like this in sheds, there would be an outrage, an outcry.
Yeah. So they not even just coming to, they going to other countries. It's not just America. This is the hot spot that this is the dream destination. But some of them, they end up going to different countries. They might go from Venezuela to Mexico or some shit. They just said they Mexico deported thousands of people. You know, that's why I tell y'all this shit is propaganda, bro. Trump gets in office. Put your money in the market, y'all. It's gonna go up and it's gonna go down, but I'm telling y'all, after this 90-day tariff pause, that shit's probably gonna crash again, bro. I mean, it's gonna be an opportunity. You know, it's gonna be a dip. You know, you hear it crash, don't be scared, bro. It's just a buying opportunity, literally.
So many migrants.
Now, if the United States had undocumented immigrants living like this in sheds, there would be an outrage, an outcry.
Like the homeless people.
But I guess this type of information they want to suppress from the public because it took me hours to find this information. And it's wild because the U.S. have undocumented immigrants living better than U.S. vets that's homeless.
When I heard this,
bro,
I couldn't even believe.
Whenever you search something on Google, Google is no longer... the reason why Google stock is not doing as good no more, bro, is because the trust people have with Google, bro. Google owns YouTube. Google didn't create YouTube. They bought it, but they own it. These are two of the biggest platforms on the internet, bro. Google is one of the biggest search. You search something on Google, Google is its own algorithm of its own. Like, no matter what you search on Google, how often you use Google, you can't go on Google like Instagram, YouTube, and just scroll and see things that people searching, or like a specific algorithm for you. Whenever you search something on there, that's the algorithm it gives you. Like, it has its own internal that it doesn't fuck with, like, it's like a For You page. There's no For You page whenever you Google something. So that's the reason why you can't find other shit, bro. You gotta use a million different search browsers, bro. Whatever they're called, to just even fucking find some shit, bro. You know, because Google shows you what it wants to show you. That's why I be using ChatGPT for some shit sometimes. Like Google, like they stock has not been performing good at all this year, bro. Like, let me see. Let me try to pull it up, bro. I guarantee you it's still down year to date. Let's see. Google year to date. 6.6% year to date. The last year they're down 3.5%. That's not a whole lot, but it's down. You know, it's still a great company. Google ain't never going nowhere, bro. But they've got competition now, and you know that's what happens over time. You know, but this ain't no stock video, y'all.
U.S. vets that's homeless.
When I heard this,
I'm trying to get my money on up. Well, I'm an investor. Simple.
Living
News
better
like this, it affects all that shit, man.
than U.S. vets that's homeless.
when I heard this, I couldn't even believe.
But low key, this might be one of the reasons why the market is even doing good, because they getting the illegal immigrants out of here. So that might be helping the market right now. That and the tariff pause. Honestly.
I was like, what? You mean Mexico is deporting migrants to their own respective countries? Now, wait a minute. There's been so much information and heat on the Trump administration.
Bro, because you can't go to no country in this world and just move there, bro. You can't just go there. You have to check in. You have to show your identification. You have to go through a naturalization process if you want to live there and become a full citizen. Or you need a visa or some other shit, bro. You gotta go legit, bro. It's 2025. This is not 1950, bro. This is not 1900, my nigga. You might, back then, you know, you might could have got, you know, you could have probably lived 100 years and been good. It's not the same, bro.
And ICE raids and even African Americans that support this. But when I saw this, I got really interested, and he said it took him a long time to find this clip, but with his help, I was able to find the full clip of what was going on. And check this out.
Mexico has plans to begin conducting around 1,000 deportations by air a week.
Yeah, they don't want you to know this.
Both US deportees and undocumented migrants to their countries of origin. In a contract tendered to international airlines, Mexico's National Migration Institute has stipulated the need for at least 11 flights per week at an estimated cost of $11 million throughout the rest of this year.
It's a good amount for Mexico.
This is a response to Donald Trump's cancellation of US asylum pathways for migrants and the informal bilateral agreements.
I've never been to Mexico, bro.
The two
Like, I would go. Would y'all go to Mexico, bro? I ain't talking about like the main fucking beach places, y'all. It's fucking San Lucas, fucking Kalamazoo, Kaluza, whatever the fuck them shits places
President
called.
Trump's conditions for Mexico to avoid tariffs was increased collaboration on undocumented migrant flows towards America's southern border. Mexico's ongoing crackdown on undocumented migration has intensified this year, with authorities here in the capital working to clear makeshift migrant campsites like this one and detain those still set on reaching the US border.
Oh yeah, Mexico itself.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We don't know nothing about that struggle, bro. Your parents is taking you across fucking continents. South America to North America. Right? Those are two different continents, right?
Doesn't want.
How many continents is it, y'all? I think it's six. It's 6 continents, right? You got Asia, you got Europe, you got America. Australia is a continent. Y'all know it's black people in Australia? Like the indigenous people of Australia is black. Look it up. Black as hell. Australia, Africa. That's 6 right there. South America 7. Ain't India or something like that? That'd be Asia though, wouldn't it? I don't know, nigga. That's like they taught us that shit in 5th grade, nigga. You think I'm supposed to? I'm 25, nigga. That's 15 goddamn years ago. Boy.
Illegal migrants. They are getting rid of them and sending them back to their respective country. If we think about Latin America, again, we've heard John Leguizamo talk about how Latin America, they built this country and all of this and kind of like pan-Latinoism sort of stuff, and they're the number one.
So they saying the ones in Mexico is trying to get to America. So Mexico is helping America basically and saying, hey, look, Trump, this is our response. Look, we're deporting the ones that are, you know, that setting up shop here and eventually going to go to America, you know, because they didn't came all the way. We know that they're more than likely that's their destination. So shit, they not supposed to be here either. So we can go ahead and get them up out of here and help y'all out so we can create an ally. What if that's what they trying to do, bro? Y'all niggas is too caught up on this bullshit, bro. If you're an illegal immigrant, you know that that's what you signed up for. That's the life you live, nigga. You get deported, it is what it is. Figure something else out. That's why you gotta have backup plans.
How Latin America, they built this country and all of this and kind of like pan-Latinoism sort of stuff, and they're the number one migrant group in America. Well, that's interesting because obviously Mexico doesn't feel that way. Mexico doesn't want illegal Colombians in their country. They don't want illegal Ecuadorians in their country. They don't want illegal Dominicans in their country. Anybody that's a Spanish speaker that should not be in Mexico, guess what? They're getting rid of all of them. And for us as blacks, it's easy for us to believe that because everybody's Hispanic, they get along. But it's just like our community. Not all blacks get along. Not all Jamaicans and African Americans get along, or Nigerians or Ghanaians, because still we see ourselves as different individuals from time to time, depending on what the concept is.
Right,
and that is also true for Latin America.
It's the same for
They
white
see
people too.
themselves different. So while at the same time people are going back
The
and forth
Jews
on TikTok,
and Russians and they you know, they're different. American white people, you know, Europeans. I would say European and American white people are probably, well, they are the same. Literally, they just have accents. But like even cultural wise, I know cultures are different, of course. But they listen to our music. Hell, we even start listening to UK rappers now and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's interchangeable type shit.
blacks feel about Hispanics being
And
here.
low key, we don't need to let them European, unless they some niggas. I don't need to be letting them just come fuck with us, bro.
Illegal or any other illegals,
Them the
their
ops.
own respective countries are deporting people who are illegals on their soil. And look at the dilapidated housing that these people are living on. Remember what Donnie on Timeout said? He said something very interesting. If the migrants were living in those type of dilapidated living conditions like they are in Mexico, people would have a lot to say about this. But what kind of conditions are Hispanic illegals or other illegals living in America?
I'm standing here on Bruckner Boulevard on 141st Street. This is the site where the borough-based jail will be. Now, if you cross the boulevard, this is the site the city has identified to be a homeless shelter housing 2,200 single men. This will be a migrant shelter. This is where the city has decided to put it in Mahaven. The Bronx has its fair share.
Supercharge your business with the
And that's where they're staying, here in America.
The all-in-one POS.
I told y'all, bro, they coming over here and they getting benefits, bro.
Especially
That's why they're catching so many of them, because they know where the fuck they're at.
And just a few blocks
They're letting them over here, bro. The government is.
My biggest question here is why the South Bronx one, but also this is coming to our neighborhood. then how are you going to ensure safety? We've seen and we've heard a lot of the issues that have happened near migrant shelters with migrants. How are we ensuring that this is not going to be the case here in the South Bronx? There are a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions that our community and our residents have. The biggest frustration is that nobody came to talk to the people who live in the community who will be directly impacted by this.
Why would they?
That was already
Y'all
made.
voted them. Y'all voted
Nobody
them
came
in
to
there,
talk to
right?
the-
So now they do their job. It's not up to you. After you vote them in there, the job is not up to you no more. Unless it's something that big and needs a vote. It's not up to you. Why don't y'all understand this shit? Even if your vote matters, once they get in there, there's nothing you can fucking do about what they do, bro. It's their job, not yours.
Out to that sister in the Bronx. Now, the reason why I'm focusing on her, it is important. Now, if you understand what was going on in New York City during the migrant crisis, they were renovating whole particular buildings, okay? And in certain cases, people who had properties, they were getting paid big money to put these individuals in the migrant camps.
Yeah,
right?
bro, you work
Now,
with
when
the
you-
government, bro. That Section 8 housing, that's guaranteed chicken every month, boy. That's the best type of real estate to invest in. You know what I'm saying?
African Americans or just Americans that could not get housed. You had illegal migrants who were able to get housed. They were able to get food. They were able to get shelter. They were able to get everything that they needed. And guess what? Nobody said anything. But on the other
Boy,
hand,
that's a full
now that
plate.
they're being deported, all of a sudden, black people are xenophobic and they're
fuck does
racist
that
towards
mean?
Hispanics. The reality is that in their own home country of origin, they deport people all the time and don't care. It's just not televised or publicized. But
That's what I'm
Mexico
saying.
is deporting as we speak.
This shit is for
So
TV,
guys,
bro.
it's your boy.
This shit is
Don't
for
say-
your entertainment. Tell lies to your vision. That's what they're doing, bro. Y'all don't think that these illegal immigrants understand that whenever they come and whenever they make that journey, they don't have nothing else to lose. They're making the fucking journey, bro. So if they get whatever happens along the journey, it happens. What the fuck? They know that. Come on, let's live in reality, people. God damn, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turn on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at y'all on the next one, and I'm gone. TYP the 9.